Thursday. We got a new daily dose of internet. Good thing to always start off with. All right, let's see. Ooh, new Glendale archive. There we go.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. This fast food delivery driver ended up in the middle of a police chase, but that didn't stop them from delivering their order.
The commitment. Oh my god. Did they fucking hit her? Dude, give her the biggest tip. I think we've given her like $100 tip.
Wait. Be careful though, we don't want to go.
Aw.
I
They're
guess
just
this
sea
referee really
puppies.
had a close eye on the game.
What's your password, Louis?
My password? Yeah, I'm gonna stand, okay?
Okay.
I've never done it before.
Well,
This guy
Well,
really
conservation
had the
of
best seat in the
momentum.
house.
Oh my God!
Better than me.
Y'all have that one tool that just makes you happy? Let me show you the tool that makes me happy. So we just lost power.
Man times.
So I figure I'll show you my favorite tool.
Oh, get out!
This whole town
Nice.
got together to celebrate this woman's 100th birthday.
I'd be like, please kill me.
She was
Damn,
on a
the
flight that
skill.
went past Miami and managed to get footage of this thunderstorm unleashing a massive curtain of rain over the airport.
What it looks like after I eat Taco Bell.
This has got to be the weirdest way to demolish a tower.
Dude, that's awesome.
Take that, Kate. There it is.
Ooh,
oh my God.
the disrespect.
I can
Damn.
jump up pretty high. Look at this. Look at this. That's straight levitation.
Увидели арт-объект на сайме. Никогда здесь не были раньше. Зеркальный лес называется.
Whoa.
Так это выглядит все. Здрасте.
Te rasco la panza, Nardo, tranquilo.
Oh.
I'm no mechanic, but I'm pretty sure it's not meant to do that.
Yeah, you weren't kidding. You weren't kidding. Holy. Oh.
Much
Never seen
oxygen in the
I
combustion
don't even feel
chamber.
correct calling this a tree. Not a single branch shooting off. And then it's
Dude, that's from Monument Mythos. That's one of the special trees. That I don't like that at all. That don't fuck around with that.
I can't
See
look.
Monument Mythos. Awesome.
This pigeon needed some help, so they administered some oxygen.
Awesome.
My favorite
They
clip
got
this
it up
week
his
was
nose.
this absolutely awesome video of some guys finding a T-Rex tooth.
I was working through this layer with my shovel and I haven't found a lot. And finally, I felt a little tank. That's the back of a T-Rex tooth. You can see it's going in right here. Already got some glue on that crack. Let's see if it's all there. Oh, man.
Wow.
That is a good one.
Get out of here.
Jeez.
That might be the tooth of the site so far.
Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hi, Mama. Look, he wants a bite. Let's go get him a bite.
Well, does the
Oh, we
llama
don't
will
have
steal the
anything
food.
This little kitten has some really big ears.
What the cat dog.
Oh yeah?
I got my gingerbread house.
Beautiful.
What are you doing?
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot
These
going
guys
on.
were really hot on vacation, and they had an ingenious way to solve it.
You're not getting that back.
오, 야, 얘 진짜. 우와. 오. 야, 그 옷 입고 하니까 더 멋있다.
The form of contact juggling. Weirdly enough.
We're staying at a place in Italy. It's so beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's small, but hey, I mean, you have an open window, 2 beds, a shower. Right there. Он просто мой кумир. Пиздец. Красава, он сделал это. Да!
This might just be some of the best drone footage
Just to
I've
not
ever
get
seen.
one. That's dope. That's a really cool water spout.
I hate having a long name because it's like nobody even give a damn about you. Nobody even give a damn. Like, bro, you couldn't have spaced it out? Like, dang.
Sit.
Roast beef?
Twilight.
View dance challenge?
Doc Martens.
Candy Marie?
This might be the goofiest wedding ever.
Marriage.
Marriage is what brings us together today. Marriage, that blessed arrangement, that dream within a dream.
Sorry, I just had to pull over randomly because I saw this on the side of the road.
The fuck?
What? What is happening? This is a whole tree hug. Dang, or is it tree jujitsu? It's tree jitsu. He got him in a headlock and an armbar. And took
That's
his
wild.
head off, dude.
This laser weeder can identify and eliminate weeds without chemicals, herbicides, or soil disruption.
That's pretty dope. What?
What are you doing? Can I help you?
Huh?
What's that?
I don't know what's happening, but I want to be a part of it.
This is one of my wife's dishcloths. I'm gonna make this as obvious as humanly possible for you all to see. I'm gonna do this very slowly, because when it's done slowly, it'll be impossible. You should see the bottle up close. 1 second. You can still see the bottle? Good. I'm gonna go back again. I just wanna make sure you can see it. I'll do this very slowly.
Okay.
I'll wrap around the
Okay.
neck of the bottle.
Yep.
Trap the bottle. And do this very slowly. Watch. And the bottle vanishes.
Hi, Pearl. Hi. Did you have a good day? Did you have a good day?
Aw.
You did?
He's not letting age stop him from playing on the trampoline.
Let's lift it up.
Oh my
Holy cow! Oh, that's nice. You got a good brisky there. Oh my gosh, and a couple good mayos too. Look at these.
Guys, you gotta look at this. The end of the rainbow is TJ Maxx and Home Goods. Look how Gorgina and Ross. It ends at Ross and Trader Joe's.
He's managed to make music out of glasses.
Some shit I would do. That's fucking.
This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Mom, get in the frame, Mom. Mom, get in the frame. This is.
I never expected this clip to end in a wholesome way.
Oh, yep, I'm out of the way, yep.
Holy. You okay, buddy?
Yeah, I didn't even hit.
I'm so proud of you, bro.
This bachelorette party thought the police officer was somebody else.
Thought it was a stripper. That's funny.
For some reason, I knew you guys were gonna say that.
That's fucking hilarious.
Just someone called about the cars.
Oh, okay.
Is that fiance?
They're drunk as shit.
I'm gonna do hovering.
He's the hand hover.
Wear for the plane.
This?
That's what you're gonna wear on the plane to Sweden?
Yeah.
Okay.
This invention might just revolutionize barbecue.
Get a bigger spatula. Not nearly enough saxophone.
A tornado hit a transformer in Texas and
They
caused
better-
these blue flashes.
Oh no. Oh no.
About what we're
Fire.
getting in Texas
Oh,
right
God,
now.
Take it over. Do we need to go downstairs?
Griffin, show us that one more time. So show us the left arm.
Okay. The left arm, completely fine like this, right?
Okay. And then how about that right arm?
My right arm, though,
Jesus.
can only go there.
Get a little pull.
Oh my goodness. Bro, are you seeing this?
I think he could convince me to buy just about anything.
Hola.
Hello?
Una copa, un ananas, por favor.
Hello, Lampelona. Ay, Maria. Hiba. Ay. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó?
He needs to be a streamer.
Ay, mango pineapple. Papi, aguacate de la camarbate, de la camarbate.
Dude, he's getting into it. Hell yeah.
Una pineapple.
Love pineapple.
Poor little guy couldn't figure it out.
Amber, come on! Amber, come here! Amber, come on!
Amber is in doggy hell.
Come on! There you go!
That is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll
That's
see you guys
good.
again
I enjoyed
very,
that.
very soon.
I enjoyed that. Okay, we have the moron speech tonight. Then congratulations.
And say, well, I'm glad my kids were exposed to another religion. They can't handle learning about other religions in a comparative religion class. So again, just completely disingenuous. At another point now, JD Vance broadens the whole picture and he says we owe it to Christians to do something like this because of what our religion has given us.
Freedom of religion is itself not really a liberal concept. It was originally derived from a Christian idea about free will and the dignity of the person.
Yeah, freedom of religion exists because of Christians. You remember the Crusades? That's when they said you could believe
famously.
whatever you want.
Famously.
Like, what is he talking about? The writings of John Locke played a role in our concept of religious freedom. Enlightenment philosophy played a role in our ideas of religious freedom. The Bible did not. The Bible very much does not like religious freedom, kind of by definition. And if you want a sense of what Christian nations have looked like historically, anytime I tell you there's a nation that is run by one religion, things don't end well. And people who dissent are considered criminals.
7:30 is when the very big news is coming
at
on.
One point,
nobody's seen any
Vance
news
said
bigger.
This is not a big deal at all. Mostly
Okay. What are we gonna play till then? We're gonna play some Final Fantasy. I need to do my runs. So everyone's gonna go away. Nobody's
because they're not. They're just putting it up on the walls, but that's irrelevant. Because even if students are not asked to jot down the 10 Commandments or recite them or stare at the wall, it is still considered coercive to promote Christianity.
Yes, I used to get death threats whenever I'd come back from lunch because I was looking into other religions and I eventually turned out to be atheist because I don't believe it. But I get these little notes in 9th and 10th grade when I come back from lunch that I was going to get burned at the stake because at the time I was like looking into things. You know, there's no hate like Christian love.
In the classroom the way they are doing in Texas. For the same reason, if you had a
Getting
teacher,
death threats for
reading Bible verses at the start of class,
Yeah,
but
not
said,
good.
oh, you can leave the classroom if you want.
And then you get singled
That's
out.
still religious coercion. That's still
Then you still
endorsing
get
Christianity
singled
in the
out.
classroom. If a coach of your high school, we're just trying to teach kids a lot of things. I would be proud if my kids learned lots of things.
They're exposing kids to something, and I'm comfortable with kids being exposed to a lot of different things.
Again, not a surprise that a member of the Trump administration loves it when kids are exposed to things. Anyway, this just mischaracterizes the entire Texas law because they're not exposing kids to religious beliefs, plural. They're not exposing kids to other religions the same way they are doing with Christianity. And again, exposing kids to Christianity doesn't mean just looking at the 10 Commandments. Why would you think you know how we could teach kids about
You know,
Christianity?
one of those should have
Let's
probably
just
been
pick
like
something out of the
not
Old
owning
Testament.
people.
That's not a good way to teach them anything about
I
Christianity.
think that would have been a really good.
So the whole
personally.
problem here is in Texas they are elevating one religion above all the others. That's the
course they
problem.
are.
And if exposure were the intent, and you just wanted to let kids know about the 10 Commandments, there are objective ways to do it that make sense in a classroom setting. Exposure does not require
Bosom to the
shoving a
Sephiroth
particular religious message in kids' faces every
Jewish
single day.
belief.
By the way, speaking of exposure to things, guess who complains whenever there's a friggin' rainbow on a classroom board somewhere? Maybe there's a teacher who puts up a rainbow in honor of
Ooh, they don't
Pride
like
Month,
that.
or
They don't like that at
out of
all.
respect to LGBTQ students. It's conservatives who flip out because they don't want their kids being exposed to whatever they think the rainbow stands for. So exposure is not really the issue here. Okay, at another point, JD Vance just started making up legal rulings that have happened in the past. I hope this is the right one.
All right, let's
The late
MSQ it up.
Supreme Court Chief Justice William Rehnquist sort of said this, that if your approach to religion in public life always and everywhere is to push it out of the public square, then you're actually embracing a religion of your own in the public square, which is secularism. You're just taking one religion and replacing it with secularism.
No one is pushing religion out of the public square. Secularism isn't a religion. Vance is pretending
It's a lack of
that
religion.
government neutrality on faith is an atheistic position. It is not. If atheists were trying to get the government or through public schools to say, hey kids, God doesn't exist, you should not believe God exists, God is silly, maybe he'd have a point, but literally no atheist group is trying to do that.
Nobody
in
is
public
doing
schools.
that.
That has not happened anywhere. Neutrality is not oppression. At another point, he brought up, I want to go back to the Supreme Court thing. I hope this is the right clip here.
That for a long time in this country, there were actually Supreme Court rulings that said that you cannot pray in a school, even a student organization led by the
I'm
students.
fairly certain
Or
that's
that you
untrue.
cannot put the 10 Commandments up, even a teacher who chose to do it in their own classroom.
No, Supreme Court didn't do any of
Yeah,
that.
I'm
No
fairly
one
certain
ever
that's
said
untrue.
prayer is banned in school. In the 1960s and before then, there were instances where they would have Bible readings over the loudspeaker, or teachers
They
would
still do that in
begin
Texas.
the day with a mandatory Bible verse reading. That's what the Supreme Court struck down in the 1960s. That is not banning the Bible in school. You could still pray all you want quietly. You could still read the
Yeah,
Bible.
nobody gives
in
a
class
shit.
If you want to read the Bible in your free time during a lunch period. If your teacher wants to use the Bible to teach you something because there's a secular purpose to it, that is also fine. At no point has the Supreme Court said prayer is banned in school. So he's just lying. And I don't know if it's on purpose or if he's too stupid to understand what's going on. The Supreme Court has never said student organizations like after school clubs that they're banned. No, there are rules.
Oh, I don't
about
get to
after-school clubs.
participate
If
in
you
Novice
allow
Network
one type of
anymore?
club,
That's
you
sad.
can't say no to a religious club. Supreme Court says that's fine. But like no one's banning Bible clubs from forming after school either. And Vance says like, oh, you can't put the 10 Commandments up. Even a teacher who wants to do it in their own classroom. Yeah, because you don't want any teacher indoctrinating kids in their religion. And by the way, that's also true of non-Christian religions too. You can't put religious messages on your wall to indoctrinate children, whether you're Christian or not. So this idea that oh, it's hard for Christians because teachers can't put up the 10 Commandments on their own. He doesn't understand how the law works.
We'll be right. Actually, no. After I pop my
He went to
MSQ.
Yale Law School. He doesn't understand this shit. At another point, J.D. Vance said the 10 Commandments law is necessary because we're correcting the Overton window.
Yeah, baby.
We've pushed too far in one direction. We got to move it back.
I guess I just think the balance in our country the last 30,
Ooh,
40 years has actually
Kenny
been much
Sena.
more in the other direction, which is that we try to completely remove religion from the public square.
Never happened. When have we removed religion from the public square? Right? That's something that only exists in the deranged fantasies of Christian nationalists and whoever's screenwriting all the God's Not Dead movies. Religion has never been removed from the public square. People can talk about religion all they want. You hear mayors and city council members where there are invocations. You hear members of Congress bring up religion all the damn time. They're not arrested.
They're gonna get my
for it.
2.
The
Why
thing
would they
we
not
might
get
be
my
talking
2?
about is if a courthouse or a police station puts up a nativity scene in front of their building, and that's the only thing they have up there, that's a promotion of Christianity, and you can be sued over that sort of thing. But it's not like you got to take it down either. You just got to say, oh, we have an open forum, and if other people want to put their religious things in front of our building, they're allowed to do that too. That's what Vance is complaining about. He thinks neutrality is oppression. He thinks if you allow other religions to do what Christians are doing, it's unfair to Christians. Also, he said, we have to correct the balance in our country from the last 30 to 40 years. The difference between what was going on 40 years ago, when religion was more commonplace, Christianity was more commonplace, is that we live in a society that recognizes today, more than the past, that, you know what, there are other religions out there. There are other people out there. We are a more diverse nation, and that's a wonderful thing. And one of the reasons people get miffed by the idea of Christian supremacy is because we see what people like J.D. Vance do with their faith. They use it to harm people. They use it as an excuse to be bigots. So Vance wants respect for his beliefs, even though he doesn't deserve it and his religion doesn't deserve it, and he has no desire to give that respect to any other group.
Let's go.
There are a couple more things I want to say. He wants to
There's
pretend
like 4
he's,
cards on here I
he's the
don't
normal
have.
one here. All of you complaining about the 10 Commandments are weird. He's the normal one.
Part of that is that if I'm in a 95% Christian community and my local city council wants to put up a nativity display on Christmas Eve, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm sure he would be okay with that. But here's the thing about civil rights. They can't be taken away just because a majority of people want them to be taken away. That's true of your religious freedom too. I don't care if 99% of your city is Christian. That doesn't give you a right to promote Christianity through the government. That's the whole point. By the way, that ought to be welcome for all the conservative Christians out there who rag on Detroit, Michigan for having a lot of Muslims in the area. Guess what? Even if they took over city council,
I got a card.
They would not be allowed to
better
Islam.
fair.
You know why? Because in our country, you don't get to shove your religion in people's faces when you're the government through majority vote. That's kind of how the law works. Again, Yale Law School grad, J.D. Vance. One last thing I want to show you is this clip right here.
But I also don't think that the expectation should be that we tell religious people they're not allowed to be religious in the public square.
Straw man. Who the hell ever said that to anybody? Who said you're not allowed to be religious? No one has said that. All the Texas Republicans can be as religious as they want. School teachers can be as religious as they want. There is a difference between saying you can be religious and allowing you to shove your religion in kids' faces in public schools. Right?
I win again.
That's what conservative Christians in Texas
The
have been
Vanna
doing.
card.
That's what the Republican Party has been doing. That's what Project 2025 was all
We're
about.
not done yet.
That's what people have a problem with. So Vance spent 10 minutes pretending not to understand what the real issues are with the 10 Commandments in Texas. Joe Rogan asked a lot of very good questions and tried to be the voice of reason. I don't say that lightly, but he did. But Vance refused to admit the obvious, which is that no
Okay,
one
let's
would
go.
be complaining about the Ten Commandments in school if they were part of some objective lesson
Reverse. What is
in an
reverse?
appropriate class. It's not what's
Okay.
happening here. Texas Republicans jammed a specific version
Oh, we have
of the
to play our
commandments
cards in
into
reverse?
classrooms. The courts, as of now, have allowed them to get away with it. And the
Wait,
bottom
why did
line
I not
is
flip that?
they are sending a message to kids from non-Christian families that they are the wrong kind, or even the wrong kind of Christians, that they are second-class citizens. That's kind of the problem here. Christians, Catholics like J.D. Vance, they would be furious if public schools put up non-Christian lists of moral values. But because
I don't
it's
like
his
that.
religion, he doesn't give a damn. And he acts like he's the normal one because he's not complaining about it. And instead of offering a serious defense of the indefensible Texas law, he just gave Rogan a series of
Okay.
lies,
Okay.
deliberate
Fine.
mischaracterizations. And it's Joe Rogan, so you're not going to get follow-up questions on most of this stuff. Like, if Vance truly cared about exposing kids to different religious beliefs, he should be demanding that schools treat all religions and non-religion equally. He didn't say that. Religious freedom only counts in his mind when it's promoting his religion as the default one. Christian nationalists like him don't want a public square where other faiths can flourish. He wants one where
I need
his
to make a
religion
new
is
deck.
dominant, and he always treats critics of that as people trying to erase his religion. So, just an infuriating interview, which I know we all expected, but that segment, just the number of lies in that one segment from Jerry is to science. Yeah, very true, which is to say it doesn't belong in there, and we shouldn't treat it that way. GOP takes
Okay, there's a
opposite stances on whether
7
discipline
there.
or something is forcing anything on anyone. Yeah, depending on whether it's the Ten Commandments or a pride flag.
Okay, we're good,
Or,
we're good, we're good.
Another analogy there,
Okay.
if you offer a book
I'm actually done
in
with
your
the
school
sending.
library that has a gay character or is centered around a gay character, and you're not making kids read it, you just have it there. What have we seen? Conservatives want to ban those books. So, again, the hypocrisy is obvious to everyone who's not J.D. Vance.
Blue wins. Come on, give me a card.
He's trying to
Yes, the
rebrand
nuts
himself,
card.
hoping Trump kicks the bucket. He's not realizing we will have AI Trump for decades. Oh dear God, living in some Kremlin servers, creating a real hell. Why did you have to raise that possibility? I do agree. I do think he's trying to rebrand himself as the non-extremist version of Trump. Except the problem with JD Vance is he has no charisma. He doesn't make any sense.
It's Praetorium.
He thinks he's the smartest guy in the room because he's always been told he's the
Oh,
smartest guy in the
no.
room. And he refuses to accept the possibility that all the actual smart people just make fun of him all the time. And have you seen him give a speech, like even at a Trump rally or something similar? Like even the Trump audiences are not into this guy. I'm fighting this shit in Texas. Secular Houston, secular Texas pack.
Me
That's
too.
Will Judy, everybody. He is leading. If you're in Texas, go look up Secular Houston and Secular Texas PAC. They're doing really good work there. Will is a friend of mine. They're doing awesome stuff to fight back against this sort of legislation, the politicians who are pushing this stuff, and I love the work they're doing, so check it out. They tried this before and the Satanic Church struck back. They want to open that slippery slope again. Then other religions can as well. If they reject that, then there are lawsuits galore. So here's the thing. I know what you're talking about. This is not what's happening in Texas right now. In Texas, they said 10 commandments, that's it. In other places where they have put up 10 commandments monuments and things like that, yeah, there have been instances where the Satanic Temple says, we want to put up our statue. We'll pay for it, but we want it there too. Sometimes they get somewhere with that. Sometimes not. But in the case in Texas, what's so infuriating about it is there is no possibility of requiring schools to put up additional posters, tenets on the walls. It's 10 commandments and that's it. All right, I'm going to go to a different story here along the same lines, but different.
Sorry for the...
Give me one moment.
Go to Hammer Rob.
All right, let's talk about Arkansas because I want to show you something about Arkansas before I get to what I actually want to talk about, which is this is US News and they do their rankings and they have their methods for ranking states. Arkansas is ranked 44 overall, but specifically look above here. When it comes to crime, they're ranked 48. That's not great. Economy, okay, they're in the middle of the pack, bottom half for education. Healthcare, they suck. You don't want to live in Arkansas when it comes to healthcare. Their infrastructure is not great. Natural environment, not great, which is weird because they're like in the South. It's beautiful in the South, but Arkansas not taking care of their stuff. And opportunity in the bottom half. Arkansas has a lot of places it could improve. The problem, and this is why I bring this up, the problem is they keep electing Republicans who have no desire to make any of this stuff better. They don't care about education. They don't care about fixing crime or health care, right? But Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders just held a press conference this week because she wanted to celebrate how they are number one in something. And it doesn't happen often, which is why she wanted to hold a press conference to celebrate it. So the question then is, what are they number one in that she is so eager to celebrate? And this is the press release I want to show you that she put out this week. Let's read it together. Arkansas ranks number one for religious liberty. Oh, yeah. Let's see.
I'm sure it does.
Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders today announced Arkansas ranks number one in the nation for religious liberty, according to, oh, look at this, First Liberty Institute, the right wing, like mostly Christian.
I'm sure, yeah.
And the First Liberty Institute Center for Religion, Culture, and Democracy's Religious Liberty in the States. And that's too long. Don't make me say all that. That takes up a line and a half or so, and it's just the name of this stupid group. Okay. Arkansas earned a score of 89.2%, becoming one of only two states to receive the index's first ever excellent rating. It does make me laugh that Arkansas is like, we're number one. Oh, really? What score did you get? A B+. Even in their brightest moments, they're like, we pulled off a B because have you seen our education rankings lately? Anyway, what did Sanders say? Religious liberty is America's first freedom, and Arkansas is leading the nation in protecting it. Go on. Our rights come from God, not government. She's the governor saying government doesn't do this shit. Our rights come from God, not government, and every American should be free to live according to their faith and conscience, as long as
rights come from a social pact that we learned to grow together as a community.
The natural state remains the best place in the country to live, work, and worship. Subtext being, as long as you are Christian. I want to share with you the here's how she opened up her press conference, and it made me laugh.
Arkansas ranks number one in the nation for religious liberty, moving up a long way in just a short amount of time.
I don't know if you could hear that or not. I hope you could. But in any case, they pulled up, they ranked somewhere lower last year. I don't know if you got audio there. Can you tell me, and Jess, we're going to cut this later if you can mark the timestamp here. Can you all tell me if you heard that audio clip? You did. Okay, good. We'll figure it out. Just mark that time and we'll cut it later if we can. In any case.
Dude, guys, is so long.
You know what state ranked absolutely last in religious liberty? Can you guess? I don't think I would have guessed this at first. But New York was ranked number 50, which honestly, Governor Kathy Hochul and Zoran Mamdani, they should wear that as a badge of honor, given where the ranking is coming from. So here's the thing about this ranking from a right-wing group. According to the group, I will show you this. This is the press release from First Liberty Institute. And they said in their press release... We're going to go through a couple things here, but Arkansas's rise to first place is due in large part to legislation adopted in 2025. The state enacted HB 1615, a law that protects individuals and institutions from being forced to participate in wedding ceremonies to which they have religious objections. What makes it significant is that it extends these protections to private businesses such as florists, bakers, photographers, and other wedding vendors with sincerely held religious beliefs. Let's talk about what that means for a second. What they are saying is that if you own a bakery or you own a flower shop and you're willing to sell flowers to customers and a gay customer walks in the door, you could say, I don't want to sell it to you, even though I sell it to anybody. I don't want to sell it to you because I don't want to be a part of your wedding. And the customers are like, you weren't invited. I just want to buy some flowers from you. But in Arkansas, they say if you're Christian, you're allowed to be a bigot. You're
So
allowed to
fucking
discriminate against your own people who want to pay you money.
Honestly, I
for the
wouldn't even
service
want to go
you
there.
provide to the
So,
public.
so
That's
I
the
would,
thing First
it's a
Liberty
non-issue. This
Institute
is the
is
non-issue for me.
celebrating here. But it's not just that. I want to show
I
you what
think
the
the right.
ACLU said
I
about
think
that exact
businesses
bill.
have the right to serve
Look what
whoever
else
they
it
want.
does.
Honestly, I'm.
This is from the ACLU. That same bill allows public officials to refuse to assist with same-sex
I don't have
marriages.
a.
So
I don't.
like the Kim Davis thing. I'm not going to sign your wedding certificate,
But like
marriage license, because you're a gay couple.
people in the
and I don't
medical
feel like
community
it. This bill would allow
should not
to
have
or
that
judges to not
there.
sign those.
Well,
wedding
you take the
licenses.
Hippocratic oath,
It
which is to
permits
help anyone.
religious organizations that get taxpayer dollars to discriminate in foster care and adoption services. They can say, yes, we want you to adopt these kids, unless you're a happily married, non-criminal, totally fine gay couple, in which case, nope, you're not allowed. We're not going to work with you. Even if you're qualified in every other way, you're gay, so we don't have to deal with you. And in Arkansas, they say, yep, you can get taxpayer dollars and do that. And then finally, they say the ACLU says this bill undermines non-discrimination standards in education, licensing, and accreditation, creating legal conflicts with established professional and academic requirements, which is kind of a fancy way to say, if you're a teacher, you can say, I don't want to join the union because Jesus, and they'll allow you to do that. That's what this bill does. So Arkansas is being rewarded for that by First Liberty Institute. You know what else they considered in these rankings that I got to show you? This is again from First Liberty Institute. This is why Arkansas is number one. They said, we took this into consideration. Is clergy penitent privilege protected? And in Arkansas, the answer was yes. What is clergy penitent privilege? That
I do
means
not know.
if a child sex predator goes to a confession booth in a Catholic church and tells the priest, I have sinned. I have done something very bad. I have molested a child. And the Catholic priest says, well, that's not great. You should say a Hail Mary or 3. But I'm not going to report you because this is secret and they can't make me say that to the police. That's what they're protecting in Arkansas. They think if you tell a priest a secret and it's like a
You
holy
pinky
secret,
promise?
then those priests are not mandated reporters, even if a child's safety
Because
could be
it's
at risk.
usually the priest.
And secular groups have fought to undo that. They want priests to be mandated reporters, just like teachers and social workers. But
Yeah,
in
they should
Arkansas,
be.
they
They
say
should
if
be.
you're religious, you're allowed to keep it a secret. And we're
That's
going to
so
protect
fucked up.
you because fuck the kids. Who cares? That's one thing that gave Arkansas points. Here's another thing that they
Points?
valued, according to First Liberty
Pedophile
Institute.
protecting?
Houses of worship protected from closing. And what this means is, in the event of a pandemic, when things are shut down like they were in 2020, because you know what? This is an airborne disease, and we don't want people gathering in groups or talking. We want them to wear masks. We want them to socially distance. So we're saying you can't have any gatherings with more than a certain number of people. And that meant they shut down like mass gatherings. They asked churches, you got to be closed too. No gatherings of any kind. They allowed grocery stores to stay open because like people need food and you're not talking to each other in there, but churches were closed. Well, according to this, that First Liberty Institute cares about, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if there's an airborne disease, churches must be allowed to remain open, even if that means the virus is going to spread even more and kill everybody. Who cares? They don't care if other people are put in harm's way. They're not going to make them wear
Why would
masks or
they?
socially distance. Spread the diseases. If you're Christian, they let you do it.
Here we
Here's
got
another thing,
Nero.
since we're on the subject of how they don't understand how science works. Immunization requirement exemption. Basically, what they're saying is a lot of public schools say if you want to enroll in our public school, your kid's got to be immunized. You got to be vaccinated.
They
And in
should.
Arkansas,
Herd immunity.
they want to make it so that if you say, I don't get vaccinated because I'm Christian, then they want to say the school can't hold that against you, which means your unvaccinated disease kid
Bullshit.
can come spread diseases and catch them and make it easier for the virus to spread among all the other kids. And I mentioned unions before. This is the thing about unions I wanted to mention. Non-participation in economic arrangements. They say if you're Christian and you just say, I don't want to join my union at my workplace because of my faith, you should be allowed to get out of it. So all of this that they were judging people on, it's a laundry list of right-wing grievances that doesn't ever take into consideration evidence, reality, science, what it's like to live in a pluralistic society. There's no attempt to understand why certain rules
Only
that
me. They're
benefit all of
incredibly
society,
selfish.
like
Incredibly
vaccines,
selfish.
are more important than the religious whims of the most ignorant people in our society. But Sarah Huckabee Sanders, daughter of Mike Huckabee, was so excited to promote this that she held this press conference to honor her participation trophy. And in that press conference, I want to show you this clip here. She's basically celebrating the fact, not that this is supposed to be about religious liberty. She makes it very clear her job is to promote Christianity and nothing else.
I signed Act 677 last year, protecting individuals who hold religious views on the fundamental biological differences between men and women. Thanks to the law I signed last year, we began placing copies of the Ten Commandments in classrooms and state buildings, despite liberal activists, lawsuits.
Out of Hammurabi. Let's go, baby.
So,
cut the kid in half.
Congratulations. She passed a bill that made life worse for trans people. She made life worse for other religious groups. I want to show you one more clip here, and then we'll talk about all of it.
And in this administration, we don't just believe that Jesus is our living hope. We will always stand up for the rights
Show me
of our
proof.
Kansans.
Let him come down here right now. He can do anything all the time.
This
God.
administration believes
Let him do
our
it. Let him show yourself.
God, she basically said, right? It's always
It's
her
like
God,
not even that
and she'll
hard.
protect
If you can
Arkansans
literally
who
do
believe
anything
the
and have
same,
any
which
power
is
ever.
they have to be Christian too. That's what religious liberty means to her. It means protecting conservative Christians and nobody else. Because Arkansas is not a welcome place to be if you are Muslim or atheist or honestly even a progressive Christian. Just to remind people who don't recall this, Sarah Huckabee Sanders has routinely promoted Christianity using her position as governor of the state. Just last December, this is the message she sent out just before Christmas. She sent out a memo basically saying we're shutting down the government on Christmas and on Friday, December 26th, which, by the way, would be fine. I think pretty much every state and city government did something like that because it's a religious holiday for a lot of people, and you know what? It's winter. Take some time off. All she had to do is say, hey, we're going to take Friday off as well as Thursday. She didn't do that. Look at what she wrote. She made a whole statement, like summarizing the Bible story. Jesus, Bethlehem, Son of
Like,
God.
how do you
On that
know
verse,
other than
Christmas,
a
Christ's
book telling
arrival
you?
was unassuming. We give thanks for the arrival of Christ the Savior.
Just
Blah, blah, blah. Therefore, I proclaim December 25th, Christmas. That's an Arkansas original right there. And she also said, I further declare the state capitol and state offices will be closed on Friday. Why is this a problem? The problem isn't that she's shutting down the government on those, like the winter holidays, 25th and 26th. The problem is she's acting
Got
like
dinner ready after
this is
this?
a chance for her to do a religious proclamation. That's the problem. And the Freedom from Religion Foundation sent a letter to Arkansas basically saying, hey, you can take the day off, but like this is not the way to do it. It's completely inappropriate. And she responded by acting like she was a victim of religious persecution, saying, I will not take down my memo. I will, quote, do no such thing. Because she thinks her job is to promote Christianity. Her father was the exact same way. She also said, by the way, in that press conference, she was proud to defend her decision because she was proud to include, quote, a detailed theological narrative presenting core Christian
that's
doctrines,
very
including the divinity of Jesus Christ,
Totally
his
happened.
crucifixion for the sins of mankind, his resurrection, and his anticipated return in glory. This is in the press conference to celebrate religious liberty. So while she was accepting this like religious freedom award, she was proselytizing from the podium. And I don't know if that's the podium she paid like tens of thousands of dollars for using taxpayer dollars, but whatever. She also said in that clip I showed you, she placed the 10 Commandments in classrooms. Yeah, Arkansas passed a law to put the 10 Commandments up on the walls. In the case of Arkansas, however, oh, there are none? She said, and I quote, make sure that that headline reads just how we want it to. Arkansas ranked Sanders after she became governor. Also, it's not a masterpiece. That's a bunch of triangles. Has promoted a. By the way, I forgot.
Wild.
No person who denies the being